Hello, this is astrologer coach Sonja Francis, and today we're going to be talking about Saturn changing signs from relationship-oriented Libra to passionate and all-or-nothing Scorpio on October 5th, 2012, where it will journey for the next 2.5 years, and where it will also be in a mutual reception with Pluto in Capricorn. So they're going to be in each other's sign until September 2015, which also means that they're going to support each other's agendas a little bit. So it's all about, going deeper into a more authentic, meaningful place in terms of the structures that we have in our lives and what we're building and how we're relating to each other. So the last time Saturn changed signs from Libra to Scorpio was in 1982, in the end of 1982. And then it went into a retrograde phase and it went back into Scorpio again in August of 1983. So 29 years ago, if you can remember what happened during that time in your own life or maybe in the lives of your parents, you can maybe see how this was related to relationships, how this was related to long-term goals, and see if there is a similar resonance right now. And what happens is when we're going through the same phases again, we're sort of meeting on a new level, right? So we're on this is a new chapter that we're starting. This is a higher level of starting this journey than we were at 29 years ago. But it sort of resonates back to it a little bit, so we can kind of compare it a little bit. So Saturn in Scorpio really wants us to get down to business and wants us to make some deep emotional connections and deep emotional bonds with other people and also with ourselves, within ourselves. And it's also about making some decisions. So we're really here to now decide what it is that we want to commit to, what it is that we want to build long term, what it is that we feel really passionate about, and how can we connect that more fully. And Scorpio is all about do or die. It's all about all or nothing. So it's really it's an intensity that Saturn is moving into, kind of in terms of the lessons that we need to learn, in terms of the commitments that we need to make. And it's also with Saturn and Scorpio, it's also about kind of cutting loose or getting rid of the things that are no longer in alignment with our deepest core. So we're either doing this consciously, and we're either making these conscious choices to say, okay, this is no longer working for me, so I'm going to cut it loose, or the universe will kind of like decide for us and will say, you know what, this is not in alignment with you anymore. I'm going to take this away from you. You're going to have to lose this. You're going to have to lose that. This is no longer good. So we're going to experience some of these things for the next 2.5 years, but when we look back to the period afterwards, we're going to say, oh wow, I know at the time this was difficult, that I lost this or that this was taken away from me, but it really wasn't in alignment with me anymore. It wasn't who I was, and I'm glad that it happened. So we're really going to get more down to a more authentic place within ourselves in the next 2.5 years. Now, one of the things that this requires, of course, is that we have to be honest with ourselves. We have to say, okay, is this relationship working for me? Is this job who I am? Is this long-term goal that I'm making for myself? Is this really in alignment? So all these things are just things that we have to become honest about. And the other thing that we're going to have to do with Saturn and Scorpio is we have to make good on our promises that we made during the time that Saturn was in Libra. We may have made some promises within our relationships, whether that's personal or business. We may have said, I'm going to be more mature about this, or I'm going to take more responsibility in this area of my life, or I'm going to just, really buckle down and work harder here, and now it's time to actually do it. The words are not going to be enough anymore. It's not enough for us to say we want to do that. Now we have to actually make good on it. And so this is going to be a time that's required of us to really buckle down and, get down to business. So it may cause some of us to get a little bit scared. It may some of us cause to feel a little bit uncomfortable and maybe feel a little bit limited or restricted in some way. But if we're using this energy on a high vibration, which is about maturity, which is about responsibility, which is about making commitments, being truthful, being honest, then we really can move through this phase and get to the core of ourselves and get to the core of our relationships that are really ringing true for us and that are going to bring us more closer to a deeper connection. So this will happen, of course, on a personal level. This will happen on a collective level. On a collective level, it may have to do more with our resources, the world's resources, the Earth's resources. It will have to do with pollution, cleaning up pollution. It may have to do with the commitments that we're making on a global level towards other countries. And so it really, there's going to be, the lessons will really be about taking responsibility around those long-term goals and those resources that we share with other people. Now, some of the questions that you can ask yourself during that time is, what would it take for me to fulfill on my potential? How can I really become more whole and complete within myself and within my relationships? How can I empower myself more fully? And how can I empower other people? And also you can ask yourself, what is it that I'm most afraid of doing and most afraid of experiencing? And maybe I can just go ahead and do it. So if you want to know where in your chart this Saturn placement is going to be, what area of your life is going to be most affected, how it's going to connect to your other personal planets, and where it's going to ask you to become more truthful and to maybe let go of certain things, feel free to reach out for a reading. I'd be very happy to support you with this. My email is Sonja@AstrologerCoach.com. That's SONJA@AstrologerCoach.com. Or you can also go to my website and just contact me on my website, look and see what services are available, or go to the tab that says Astrology Forecast for 2012. Next year it will say 2013. And check out my weekly blog so you can align yourself more fully with the universal energies as they are every week. And also check out my videos. There's a lot of material on my website that is there to support you and to help you move through a time where we have to go deeper, through a time where we have to become more authentic and where we have to become more connected to ourselves and to other people. All right, so enjoy the journey with Saturn going through Scorpio. Become more connected to yourself, and I will talk to you soon. This is Astrologer Coach Sonja Francis. Goodbye.